Hello everyone! We're going on a road trip! Road trip! Road trip! Road
Guess where?
trip. Guess where? They're gonna know. It's on the title.
So long silent movies, quiet dances on the screen.
Hey guys, we're here at Aqua Planet in Clark, and we're here to answer your wedding questions. I think actually 1-year marriage questions. While we just show you around and show you guys how our rides go. I mean, hopefully we get to show you. So this is where we're headed. Dan, are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my goodness, this is where we're gonna answer your marriage questions inside of there. I'm kidding. Para lang makita nyo yung scale.
Silent movies, to waking early, staying late. I think I'll head on down to Reno and
We're going to our third ride. Hurricane. Guys, you know, I realized that it is pretty much impossible for us to get Oh yeah. I realized na medyo imposible pala na makasagot kami ng mga questions nyo about marriage here kasi dire-diretso talaga siya.
No, we're late.
Yeah, late kasi kami dumating dito. And we were thinking we could answer your questions habang kumakain. But the lines are insane. So we're like, you know what? We'll just take the time to ride all the rides instead of pumila kami dun sa kainan, di ba? And look, it's the wave pool!
Given for Holy Week.
Yeah.
Hindi siya ganun ka...
Wala masyadong tao. Well, madaming tao, but okay lang kasi hindi siya super packed. Hindi kayo yung maiinit.
We're almost halfway through the...
Right. Nuhuli lang namin yung scary.
in between.
Thank you! Let's go! Yeah, let's go!
Cleaning dust off of the press box and fixing broken tape machines. Wasn't much of an actor, was I? I ain't much of anything at all. But I can't see that I'm hanging on.
Oh my goodness!
But I swear I've seen
Ayan na, ayan na. Oh my goodness! Patalikod!
and I swear this screen never tells the story right. So I ain't ever gonna talk again. I ain't ever gonna talk again. No, no. I ain't ever gonna talk again. I ain't ever gonna talk again. No, no. I ain't ever gonna talk again. I ain't ever gonna talk again. No.
Hi guys! So obviously, hindi tayo natuloy makapagsagot ng mga questions yesterday because trust me, if or when you go to the, what is it called again?
Aqua Planet.
Aqua Planet, wala kayong magagawa dong pag-uusap na joke lang.
I guess late na rin kasi tayo.
Yeah, we went there late. We should have gone there earlier because we just...
Opening.
Yeah, we wish we can go again as in like ASAP. It was so fun. We highly recommend it. Go with your family. Okay lang to go by twos but expect that sa ibang rides na by fours, you will have to wait for others na pair lang din.
4 rides lang naman yun.
Oo nga, 4 rides rin naman. Basta, so fun you guys. Trust me. Go, go, go if you like extreme water slides. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna answer some of your marriage questions. Before we get to that, I have a question in mind that I want to ask you. Do you already have a question in mind that you want to ask me? Okay.
So random lang, Ben?
Yeah, just random question that you... Yeah.
Alright. One lang?
Yeah, just one. That I feel that I should have asked you, but I didn't get to ask you when we were reflecting on our first year as a married couple. So we celebrated our first anniversary in April 10. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Joke lang.
No, I'm
Ano
not
man,
sure.
I know it. Okay, so and my question for you, which I didn't get to ask you, what was the most challenging part in the first year of our marriage for you?
Okay. I know na. I think it's the transition of from working from my previous work to my current work.
Yeah.
It's more of transitioning to the schedule na coming from flexible work hours to a 7 to 5 schedule. So before, diba, it's so easy to plan that na randomly
Labas tayo.
within the day, kailangan ng ganito, we'll go out. I think it's also our bonding doing that in the first half, diba? First half yun of our marriage.
But babe, our first half was a little bit so
Yeah, that's
But
one.
because nga, it was
Kasi
the transition leading to that.
Kasi parang even if it's an errand, it's like a bonding moment pa rin at we'll go to the grocery or kaya may bibilin kung kailangan mo.
Yeah, because now Adrian's schedule is he leaves here at like 6, no? Around that time.
6:30.
And then he gets home 6.
Mga
So,
5:30.
And then when he gets home pa, syempre nagluluto ako or nagtrabaho pa ako. So the only time we really have is when we're both in bed, when we have to watch a movie or like, take time to converse. Parang yun na lang talaga. So,
Compared to before na
flexi time.
no, it's not parang aalis
Mas
ako ng
flexi time. I mean, you would think na kapag kasal na kayo, mas marami kayong time for each other. But I think because you're living in the same household,
and you
parang
have
mas
chores
madali
to
siyang
do.
ma-neglect, no? So, yeah, that's definitely
Responsibilities. Yeah.
so challenging.
I think there's one more. If not that, I think it's also the worrying part.
Worrying.
Na parang, syempre, if you think about it na, diba, you got married na. So, syempre,
Sustaining
it. And then, we think, furthermore, getting a kid, having a child, and then, kailan kaya tayo makakabili ng house.
Yeah.
Mga ganung
But then, that's actually a pressure that we're learning to load off because that's not something that we should be worrying about. We surrender that to the Lord. Okay, your question for me.
If you forgot our first year, like all the memories, but you
Okay.
can only choose to retain one,
Just one memory, basically. Can't include our wedding.
any, from the beginning until April 9.
I guess I would say... That is difficult. Ako siguro yung bahay-bahayan natin nung first week.
Oh, that was memorable.
That
Yeah.
was memorable. Nagluto ako sa rice cooker kasi hindi ako marunong magluto. Kasi yung binigay na free, takalan na kasama nung induction cooker namin, hindi pala siya pang induction. So, nasunog siya. That was memorable because it definitely is not
Nag-iinit
the
tayo
road-
sa multi-cooker, rice cooker.
Yeah. Or it's not the road that people would take after getting married because you don't go home immediately after your wedding. You go to a hotel, enjoy your time. And we we got home to our apartment with, a bed, a sofa, dining chairs, and wala pa tayong mga appliances, wala tayong pagkain.
Kompleto lahat but except the kitchen part.
Yeah,
Yun yung
exactly. But
neglect
which was the
natin,
most necessary. So these are questions naman from Instagram from you guys. We're probably not gonna read everything, just maybe 5 or a little less. But we're gonna choose the best questions. Mas marami talaga kami share in terms of the first year of our marriage. Okay, let's see what we have. I like this one from Eruga. What are the traits of your husband that you just know by living together? I think she's trying to ask kung ano ba yung mga traits na we found out about each other, now we just unpacked or uncovered when we started living with each other. You wanna answer that first?
You go first.
The thing is, I feel like we were so open to each other when we were like boyfriend, girlfriend. About the way we lived, about our thoughts. We didn't really keep any secrets from each other. Like from the get-go, we were eyeing marriage, so nilantad talaga natin all of our characteristics and traits, even those that we know could be quite toxic. So I wouldn't say that meron akong parang surprise trait na I found out about you. If anything, it's more of, for the both of us, learning and unlearning things that we grew up with from the culture we had from our families. It's more of that.
Yeah.
It's less about parang, ay, ganyan pala yung ugali mo. But It's more of, ganyan pala yung culture nyo.
Yeah, and also, yun, I have the same answer. Na, kasi we have different habits. Either personally we've grown with that habit or external factors. Like, ikaw, iba yung sa'yo.
Yeah.
Sa akin, iba rin yung sa akin. And sometimes those habits don't intertwine smoothly kasi pwedeng habit ko disrupting your habit or vice versa. Parang...
Pero it really just came from the culture that we had, prior to living together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. I wouldn't say anything surprising, but more of, ganyan pala kayo sa inyo. Parang ganon.
Yeah, it's more of unlearn and learn. It's not really bad.
Not really bad.
Yung habits or habits ko, but it's more
Could
of...
be negative. No, parang we had to correct. Diba?
Correct. Sometimes it needs correction, pero sometimes it just doesn't work with us na. I mean, with tayo, na parang we're slowly forming our own culture na, it's okay to do this or do that.
To be different. Yeah, definitely. Okay, that was good. Sabi ni Rappy Boy, he always reacts to my stories. Thank you so much, Rappy. So his question was, how was your first year?
I think yung first year natin, we thought of it na you can't explain na mabilis na mabagal.
Yeah.
Like it went by so fast na 1 year na yun.
But at the same time, so
pero
many things happened.
Pero ang dami nangyari kaya it feels like parang ang tagal na.
Pero parang nung we announced, parang, we're celebrating our first year. Ang dami, even our ninong sininang, first year na? Like, 1 year na kayo? And it was the same thing for us. Like, even the days before our first anniversary, we were like, wow, it's almost our first anniversary. In terms of how it was definitely great, but it's a lot of stretching, it's a lot of learning, it's a lot of growing. So it's great.
Yeah,
overall.
It was memorable.
Yeah, wouldn't have it any other way. It was great. Okay.
This one,
I really like this question. Do you feel pressured when people ask you about having a baby? You.
No. Because I guess we're in that season na we're both decided not to have it yet. We always explain to them na the normal titos and titas na, but wala pa kayong baby. We always explain na we want to take it step by step. It's like we would never ever go back to this state again once we get a kid, a child, a baby.
There is no undo button.
Yeah.
That's the man's perspective in this relationship. The woman's perspective, the one carrying the child. I don't get pressured, but I get annoyed. I don't like it when people tell me na, baby na kayo. Like in my head, if I'm gonna be blunt, I'm like, ikaw ang babayad? They're telling you this as if they're the ones who will carry the baby for 9 months, deliver the baby, pay for the bills and all that. It's just so prying also. Like, bakit kailangan mo mangialam? It's not pressuring, but it isn't right to tell anybody that, anyone. Kasi you also don't know what they're going through. Kasi what if hindi kaya? A lot of people are asking about this, so I guess I will just put all the questions together. So one, people are asking about the wedding, how much we spent, which we already covered, but I guess we'll just have to, cover that again. Second is, how do we split our expenses? First, straightforward, we spent 250,000 for our wedding. A lot of people are shocked, but also we only had 10 guests and a few suppliers because our guests were just our immediate family. We didn't also want to splurge on our wedding because we wanted to invest more on our marriage. There. Second, how do we split our finances? You can discuss that.
I guess it's our current setup. Maybe it can change or it will change.
It should be better.
Yeah. For now, we select certain expenses that she pays for, and then certain expenses that I pay for. What we have to improve, which is what I was telling you before, na really going through deeper in a sense na we get
lahat
to control
expenses natin, ma-list natin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we get to list it, but be able to understand it more na parang this is getting more chunk of our expenses than usual, or we can cut it down naman pala. Kasi when you have the numbers kasi na merge na talaga tayo, that's when you get to understand it more. Like we get to manage it, but I guess we could still improve it kasi nga we don't get to dissect it deeper.
Yeah, when we should.
Yeah.
So it's something that I wouldn't say we're struggling with, but it will take a while, I guess, for newly married couples before you really find the rhythm on like how to manage your expenses, because it will change.
And it's also a case-to-case basis. Kasi for us, like I know other couples naman, it goes to let's say the wife or the husband, like all
Sila yung
the expenses
magmamanage,
sila yung nagmamanage. Right now, what we're doing is, what I want us to learn rin is, either she manages the finances or I manage the finances. Kaya namin gawin yun.
Yeah. Ayoko kasi yung parang isa lang yung nagmamanage, isa lang yung may alam.
Yeah.
Dapat parehas tayong marunong.
So I guess it's more of an exposure thing right now. So we set that discipline na taking notes, tracking the expenses, and knowing where the money goes to, and getting to save.
And discussing it with each other. So there. I guess this is my last question now that I want to ask you too. Top 3 learnings. Magkahiba ba tayo?
Merge na lang.
It doesn't have to be top 3, I guess. We should be able to like merge it to 3, but I think so much needs to be covered. Okay, you can go first.
I have one.
Go.
Pero it's not in order. Like how they say na communication is always important. I guess I'm learning it now as we got married. Na yes, I can say naman na nung you're engaged and you're boyfriend, girlfriends, and you're communicating rin. But it's more of, it's different kasi pag you're together living in one household, you guys are sharing stresses, worries, problems, and also like random stuff that can annoy one or the other. It's more of managing that and mastering how to communicate. Now, it's really important to master that openness, that authority rin for the both of us.
Basically, you're saying na we can healthily criticize each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can grow.
So we can grow. Yes, that's right. I don't believe, I mean, I'm not just speaking for myself, but I believe that this is for the both of us. We don't believe in sweeping things under the rug, because somehow, someday, that's going to build up and it is no longer able to stay in the rug, under the rug, if that makes sense. You know, ma-unpack yan, ma-uncover lahat yan, and that's when it can all break down, and we don't want to get to that point. So us, when there's a problem, when there's something that needs to be noted, something that needs to be talked about, we don't talk about it immediately. Sometimes we take time to observe, but we do talk about it, we do address it, and that's what's important. For me, second learning, sa sobrang dami. I guess I would first address this to those who are single. Siguro kasi nung single ako, yung utak ko nasa marriage na agad. Gets mo? Sobrang excited ko, you know this. Like, I was looking forward to marriage ng yun at yun yung pag-uusapan ko, yun at yun yung isipin ko. Pag-uusapan ko with Adrian, basically. And this is not a discouragement, nor am I saying that this is a reflection of our marriage, but I'm saying that if you are single, take your time really and just enjoy it. Marriage is the rest of your life. It really will change. Your priorities will change from 0 to 100, right?
Yeah.
You will not be able to spend as much time with your friends, though that isn't a bad thing, okay? Because your priority now is each other. And there will be some things na I guess you will have to, not naman drop, but then you'll have much less time for, because again, you have a household that you have to run, you have a family, a husband or a wife that you have to think of and prioritize on top of everything else. So if you are single, don't be so caught up thinking of gusto ko na mag-boyfriend, gusto ko na mag-asawa, gusto ko to. But be present where you are, because your season is where God has put you right now. So yeah, be excellent where you've been planted. There.
I think my next is also related to that. It's more of enjoying the moment. Like how important that is. Because like it's one of the things that I had to tackle. Micah had to teach me in that aspect na I'm always thinking of things or life one step ahead. Let's say I've been praying for something. Once I got that blessing or that prayer, I'm on to the next. I remember him saying na parang what you have now is something that you've been praying for in the past.
You're not even grateful for it.
Yeah, kumbaga it's in a sense neglected kasi nga you're on to the next thing. It's also related to our relationship na enjoying that moment together. Also thinking about, let's say, yung mga random annoyances na is it worth it to prove a point? Let that go. I guess it's also a pride thing.
Yeah.
But overall, it's enjoying that season you are in, that moment that you are in, either you're at work, you're at home.
Be present.
Yeah, just being present na. Kasi like I had that bad habit before of alam mo yun, like I'm here physically but my mind is away na hindi na natin na-enjoy yung time natin na that time that I'm at home naging parang burden pa.
Another one for me, which is related to that, we've talked about being present and really enjoying the moment. For me naman, it's the same. It's about like our priorities and that our priority is each other. Above all other earthly relationship, it is one another that we need to think about. It's one another that we need to spend the most time with. So that's one. And the last thing for me would be that a marriage is a partnership. I think it's the same thing with ano bang timely issue ngayon? Elections. Merong pro-BBM, may pro-Lenny, may pro-Isko, and all these people, and they're fighting for the candidates of their choice. But ultimately, every Filipino has one goal, which is to appoint the right leader for the Philippines. And it's the same thing in the marriage, This is a partnership. At times when you fight, and you will fight, it will happen, you think that you're in different teams. But actually, you're in the same team. So you have to work to move forward with joy. So it's not about who wins the argument. It's not about who is right or who is wrong, but it's about how you can both communicate better and how you can both settle your differences and just be able to move forward with growth. And also, you can find joy in moments of argument. A lot of people think that, naku, away na naman, parang this is causing a rift between the two of us. When it shouldn't. I feel like it's the same concept as, pwede ka namang maging masaya kahit may pinagdadaanan kang masama. Because we know that these things happen in order for us to gain wisdom, in order for us to gain knowledge, gain experience. And it's the same thing with marriage. What makes you guys stronger is how you are able to resolve and just move along after an argument. And you can find joy in that. Diba parang ang sarap kaya nung feeling na yun na parang, okay, how can we settle this? Okay, how can we move forward? So, it's not something that should discourage people from entering a relationship dahil natatakot sila makipag-away. Those arguments should lead to betterment.
I think my last is, like, we could do the best thing for our marriage and overthink of all the aspects and do all the strategic planning. But it's also different if you anchor the relationship in God.
Yeah.
It's God who sustains us. It won't be enough, like all the learnings, even if you're married for a lot of years, that wisdom and experience will always fall short. It's by the grace of God that married couples are together and they're doing well, and they've sustained the love throughout those years. I think that's one of the important learnings.
Yeah, I'd like to flash that on the screen. The favorite quote that Tito Johnson uses when he does wedding ceremonies about how it isn't love that sustains the marriage, but it is the marriage that sustains the love. And I think every day, we just wake up with the choice. I told you this. We wake up with the choice whether to choose to love and serve one another. Always choose that. Because there will be days where you wake up where you don't want to do it, but you have to. Because of the commitment that you've made, the covenant that you made with the Lord and with each other.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Thank you guys for watching. This was quite long, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. We're leaving you with love, hope, and faith. For today, you watched me, Micah, Louisse, and my husband, Adrian Christian. And we cannot wait to see you guys again. Bye!